Hello! Hello from Brian, because I'm not worthy of focus, it seems. Hello from Fuzzy Graham. Hope you're well. Hello, camera. I exist. There we go. Hope everyone's well. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of honk. That might centralise me a bit more. Is that better? Hope you can see me. Hope you can hear me. Hope the buzzing isn't too bad. If it is, I don't care, because there's no chance I'm putting headphones on today. It is quite literally a bazillion degrees. I really don't know how this stream's going to go tonight because it's so hot. I am going to have to keep very hydrated and use some cooling elixir to mean that I don't expire, just perspire. Oh, that's nice. I've needed that today. It is still 28 degrees here. It's been up to 32 degrees earlier. It has been unenjoyable heat. I think that's how we call it. Well, it's Friday night. You're here. I'm here. What are we going to get on with? Let's say hello to the people who commented after I started the chat. Sorry if I missed some people. We're starting with Stuart. Hello from a sunny, hot Wolverhampton. Hello from a sunny, hot Sheffield. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it any other way than that. Lisa's in. Nice to see you, Lisa. Graham, Mal, Aquarium Delirium. Aquarium Delirium, easy for me to say. I'm still jealous of that username. I love that name. There was another channel in the Northeast that had a very similar username. It just rolled off the tongue like that. Oh, there's a wasp in here. This could get dangerous. I'm sure we talked about this before. They had an aquatic space channel. They filled a car, like an old Nissan Micra, made it into a fish tank. Yeah, am I imagining this? That sounds weird. Anyway, Phil's in. Nice to see you, Phil. Stuart's still here. Lisa's still here. Zen Ginger, Mandy's in. How are we doing? Jersey CI Dave. There's a new name. I don't think we've seen you before. Nice to see you. Welcome along. And for all those new people, this is, yes, primarily an aquatic-based freshwater fish type channel. But on a Friday night, we have a bit more of a relaxed theme. By all means, ask your fishy questions. Ask any questions you want. Any discussion points up for grabs, not a problem. But yeah, we're not going to solely focus on fish, so fair warning. We are going to have a quiz. We're going to have two quizzes. One exclusively geography-based, just to upset Mandy, and one general... No, it's not exclusively geography-based. I've learned my lesson from last week, everyone. Don't worry. We are sticking with the GeoGuessr quiz format, but we're not going with so many geography-based questions. So we'll kick off the first quiz at about past. Give us a little bit of time to have a bit of a chit-chat. Say what's going on, what's new where you are, what's new where I am. See what we do. Apple Gal's in. Nice to see you. Listening in for Buzz. Buzz gone. I'm sure it's still there if you turn up your mic, your headphone loud enough. That could be it. Lisa says, all good. Ollie Cam, what do you do as a job? As little as possible, Ollie. Depending on who I'm talking to, I'm either... God, there's two wasps. Wasp watch. That way. I'm either a technical delivery manager or a solutions architect. Sometimes when I'm feeling fancy, I say I'm an enterprise architect. Hey, Mr. G, nice to see you. Lee from a boiling Bolton, I imagine, yes. Johnny Fishface, nice to see you too. Good evening and a good week to you, Graham, Brian and friends. That was it, Dramatic Aquatics. Aquarium, Delirium, Dramatic Aquatics. Two names I wish I thought of. Hate wasps. Yeah, I did find a wasp's nest yesterday, so this could be my retribution, because I killed them all. So maybe I just didn't get them all. Hit 34 in my fish room today, even with the windows open, fans running, the tank's at 30 degrees. Yeah, I mean, I've had the dogs in here with me today because this is my fish room and it's the coldest room in the house. The beauty of insulation is it does protect you a little bit But then I stupidly wanted to go and do something else and left the door open, forgot about it. So it has equalized. So the fish room is currently 27.7 degrees. So I've now got to leave the door open, hoping that the hot air will go back out again when it cools down a bit outside. But usually, because of the insulation and stuff, it remains pretty static in here. But it is hot. Hot as heck. Yes, dramatic aquatic. That was the one. I don't do that. Let's change that habit of a lifetime, Mr. G. Join the quiz. It's just a bit of fun. I rarely call people stupid. Okay, not rarely. I only now and again call people. I don't laugh too hard at the stupid ant. No, just play. It's fun. It's fun. It'll be fine. Mandy says, "I will riot, sir." You know that the amount of questions I tailor specifically to upset certain people. Shouldn't admit that. No, right, okay. Anyway. Ollie says, "Hi, my fish keep on dying one by one. Done water tests and all seems fine. Any ideas, please?" We're going to need some more information, which is difficult to do in this kind of format. Don't know why I'm doing it like that. So, what fish? What situation are they kept in? How old are they? What kind of fish are they in with together? So, one by one suggests not a water quality issue, potentially, because that you would normally lose a lot at once. You might have one predating on them. You might have one angry thing. It could be, I don't know, if you've got neon tetras and one angelfish, that could be your problem. So I wouldn't like to say, but what I would say, Ollie, is bing, 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 up there is a link to my point. How do you... Oh, that's backwards. No, there is my Discord server. Join there. Loads of really clever people in there. Much, much cleverer than I. That can help you out and point you in the right direction. What's the smallest tank for guppies? How many? I like to flip that question on its head and say, what's the biggest tank you can fit in the space you want or that you're comfortable with? So you can keep one guppy in a pint glass. No one's going to like that. So that's why we don't like to answer that question that way. It's more about using US parlance. Do you want a 10-gallon tank, a 29-gallon tank? Do you want a long tank, a tall tank? So figure out what's going to work in the space that you might allocate for it, and then look at that and say, right, okay, I think a 10-gallon tank is going to look good in this space. Then we'll figure out how many guppies that go in there. So you always work back towards your livestock, because there's no point saying, I want to get an Oscar. Getting an Oscar, but you've only got space for a 10-gallon tank, because that won't work out. Not even long-term, probably not short-term. So I like to go the other way, where you find out what you want to keep them in and then add your fish in later. And there's loads of things to do with that. There's loads of questions where even once you've picked your tank, if you've got a 10-gallon tank, you have bare bottom or substrate, are you going to have decorations, are you going to have live plants, are you going to have rocks, wood, how much rock and wood and substrate are you going to have, because that's going to change the water volume. So I want a lovely aquascape planted tank, heavy on the hardscape, loads of wood in a 10-gallon tank. Then you can have... Just broke that, sorry, hang on. And then you can confidently pick your number of fish. That makes sense. Stevie P, how we doing? It's a funny link why I picked my name, because that kind of involved Dramatic Aquatic. There's another one as well. There's a third, because there's a trilogy that another one came up where I was like, Dramatic Aquatic's going, Aquarium Delirium, that would have been a good one. Oh well, at least there's no more. On that very day, I got an advert for watch. Whatever it was called. A great story, Graham. Well told. Sorry. Am I going to explain the purple crowns? I can explain the purple crowns. The purple crowns are a new YouTube feature called Top Fans. So the more you engage in chat, the more points you get. And maybe this translates across many streams, but for this stream, you can be the top fan. So I think it logs your top 50 fans, the metric being how much they contribute to the stream. So if you answer questions, ask questions, say hello, throw emojis up, all that kind of stuff, at the end of the stream I can rank the top 50, and the top 3 get a little crown, a purple crown. I did get an email about it the other day, and I was like, that's what that was last week. Community scoreboards. My beard keeps getting caught in the mic. I might have to shave. Something like that. Or as Dave says, much easier way to say that is most chat, purple crown. I hope there's no nest. There is a nest somewhere, but I've killed the nest. This might be the stragglers finding another way in. Community lead. Yep, there you go. It's pretty much arbitrary points. They don't mean anything. Don't do anything. You can super chat your way to the lead if you so see. I encourage that if anyone wants to supercharge their way to the lead. Words are really heavy. It's got supercharge your way to the lead. Super chat your way to the lead. Applegal's in a basement apartment. Oh, that's probably good. 30 degrees outside, 24 down here. That's what you want. Yeah. Jason Whitaker. Hello, welcome. Just saw this channel, thought I'd check it out. Well, you're more than welcome. I hope you're doing well. If you hang around for another kind of 15 minutes or so, we'll test your intelligence and invite you to join the quiz. As I'm saying to all new people, everyone turns up randomly one day. You never know. You might enjoy it. I can't promise lots going on here. We're going to have some quiz. We're going to have some irreverent chats. We might even have some AI-fueled shenanigans later. But you might enjoy it. Fish Fam link. Lisa found it randomly and stayed for the quizzes. See, some people like it. Garage Gills. Stephen takes every sports ball question personally. I know you do. I think I've got a couple tonight as well. So, what else have I been up to? Talking of the quiz, one of the features that I didn't like about the quiz was there was no way to export the spreadsheet. So, these are the scores from last week. As you can see, our top 10, a lot more points. But our top 10's there, that's fine. I have a new fancy way to extract the scores from the scoreboard, which we'll talk about later. Not that anyone will care. All I ask is if you played last week, use the same name or a very similar name. They were the winners from last week. We've had a dramatic. Let me see if I can just put my coupon back in. Oh no! Ooh, big. We've had a dramatic drop in members, so there's a lot fewer people getting extra points this week. So for new people, the way this works is we have a quiz every week, and for the month we tot up all your points, and whoever gets the most points wins a prize. And then we have a quiz called the Eliminator, which is just 10 questions. Whoever wins that gets a prize, and I send you the prize. Simple as that. We tot up all the points through over the month for the main quiz, with the idea it's a bit of a better prize. It's kind of an inside joke. There will eventually be prizes. I'm just notoriously bad at sending them out on time. But we try and do the quiz. It's 20 questions. There's kind of general knowledge. There's a few fishy ones in there. All different kinds, and we will tot up the points. So I'm encouraging you to come back each week, you see, so you get more points. And then also, if you're a member of the channel, you get 1 question's worth of points for free, just for being a member. Which was one of the ways I was trying to encourage people to join as members, because I felt like lots of people were joining as members, but I wasn't really doing any extra videos and things. I don't have much time to do extra stuff. So I was a bit like, I feel really bad about this. What can we do? And we came up with the idea of giving them extra points. So for about a month, we've been running extra points for members, and since last week we've lost 12 members. It's clearly not the draw we thought it was. Which I believe is probably all the gifted members just not renewing. So it kind of makes sense. I don't think I've done anything egregious that's made everybody run away into the hills. But it is what it is. It's fine. So that is the quiz. That'll be kicking off, as I say, around about past. But until then, I've got one new project. I don't know if it's worth talking about. So I'm going to look at chat and see what you guys are saying instead. We might talk about it later. Boots and cats, Rachel, how are we doing? Nice to see you. Oh God, is this how far back I am? Talking about the guppies. The thing with guppies is, whatever tank you choose, just get like 3 guppies. Within a month, you'll have 3,000 guppies. Yep, start with 5 guppies and soon you'll have 500. If Brian turns up tonight, not that Brian, this is Brian the fish. We have Brian the subscriber sometimes turns up in chat. He's a bit of a guppy fiend. I'm sure he'll tell you everything you need to know. You can find him in the Discord server as well. Graham's got over 150 guppies in a 130 litre tank. They won't stop. Yeah, they won't, yeah. Bruce from sunny Cornwall. It's sunny everywhere, Bruce. Elisa says, that's weird. I wouldn't have considered myself that engaging. No, you just won't shut up. That's all I could think of is we're rewarding people to do things like this. I can't believe I didn't score better. Oh, Juggler's in here as well, with ready for the exciting spreadsheeting. I've got even more exciting. In fact, I'm going to show you because I'm super excited by this. Oh no, I can't. I've got to save it for later. I've got to keep you all in your tenterhooks ready for this super exciting thing that's going to go on later. Is the fancy way you extract leader score actually copying and pasting? That's what I did last week, which is what has led me to to make an alternative solution. And I've used it in my actual job, which will get me an actual objective, which will get me an actual pay rise. I can't believe how skillfully I've pulled off this complete... That's not a rug pull, what am I trying to say? It's like smoke and mirrors, where I've made something for my fish channel and then went, I could use that at work for something else. Bonus, I've met one of my objectives. So we'll show you that when we come to totting up the scores, because I need the scores to be able to tot it up. Am I selling this as exciting? I mean, I know it's a hard sell to say spreadsheeting is exciting, but it's not exciting. I'm impressed that I did something that actually worked. That's all I'm going to say. It's not even one question worth. You could score 5,000 per question, but Graham gave us 3,000, so like 3/5 of a question. No. In the old quiz, I gave you 75 points, but the maximum achievable was 100 points. So now I'm giving you 3,000 when the maximum achievable is 5,000. So it's kind of similar. I'm not giving you one correct answer. I'm giving you one rough guess. Megatank 4. Oh, we're not having a Megatank 4. Megatank 3 is proving problematic enough. I'm having a Megatank dilemma, and I think I need your help. So this space here is exactly 8 feet. That's where I was planning on building Megatank 3. I don't know that I want to take up the entirety of it, because I think I want to leave room down the sides. Yes, for access, but more just for cables and stuff, but just to make it easy to get down and put stuff and get stuff and see things. So I'm thinking 7 foot's the answer. So I've been planning a 7-foot mega tank, which will go here, and then my desk and everything goes where that desk is. This, for those of you who are new, I'm building a new tank to house this fish because he's ginormous. It was always the plan. Well, it wasn't always the plan. He was meant to live in another ginormous tank, but that didn't work out. But new plan, a bigger tank for him. But now that I've downsized it to 7 foot, I'm kind of getting into territory where it's as cheap, if not cheaper, to buy a second-hand glass tank. But that's not as much fun as building my own tank out of wood. So I'm kind of, that's the dilemma I've got. The other dilemma I've got is, one of the main reasons I like building my big tanks is I have no friends. I should rephrase that. I have no friends that are willing to lift me extremely heavy things with me. So when I build a tank, I can bring it in one plank of wood at a time, glue, screw, nail, whatever, and eventually I have a big Vec-Off tank. When I buy a 7 or an 8 foot tank from Facebook Marketplace, every single listing comes with, you will need a van and 4 strong people to get this up the stairs. And I'm like, oh, I'd pay like 200 quid to not have to do that bit of it. That's so. I definitely don't have 4 strong friends or a van. I probably have got a van, but building it takes away that headache, and it's the, oh, I've got to get it through a doorway and I have to squeeze it around the corner and I have to, and then it breaks and slashes my carotid artery. Oh, no, I can just build it up. So that's the dilemma I'm thinking at. Do I spend a couple of £100? More like I've seen a few. The cheapest one I saw, I think, was £700 for a 7 foot by 3 foot, which is kind of ideal. That's exactly 7 by 3 by 2, which is probably the size I'm just going to build. And it was, I think it was £900. It might have been £850, but it also came with 2 FX6s. And it might even come with a sump as well, which made me think, why have you got 2 FX6s? But anyway, it came with loads of stuff, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. So even if I don't want to use the FX6s and just use a sump, I could sell them for a couple £100, make some of the money back. But again, it was miles away and enormous. So what am I going to do with that? So that's what I'm thinking about. All the links, including Discord, at FishFam link. Yeah. Did we ever establish who runs FishFam link? Because I might have some questions for them. Or some opportunities, possibly. Is it the same wasp, or are there multiple wasps? It's hard to tell in the dark. The member numbers will tell you how many cancelled outright and how many just expired. Oh, will they? I don't know if I want to look at that. That might be quite depressing. That might be, 7 people just forgot. Or 11 people hate you. I can't remember what score I got last week. Last week, you got... Didn't you win last week? You did win last week. Why are you not on first? Spreadsheeting's gone wrong, everybody. I'll need to fix that. That's the spreadsheet's fault, not my fault. It's because it was expecting a column for names. What's it? I'm not going to try and fix it now, but I do have your score. You did win last week, but you're not showing up in the leaderboard for some reason. Right, anyway, Paul Jeffries, nice to see you. Hey, there's Brian. He isn't a feed, honest. Garage Gills has got it, yep. Manuel's Aquarium and Entertainment, nice to see you. I was worried about spamming with the new feature, but the hourly XP cap is good. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone spamming. Mostly I've seen people spamming. What is this? Why have you got a purple crown? What's going on here? Why have I got a purple crown now? I'm not here. I'm on my way out to pick up Susan and checking on Mum. Well, nice of you to pop in though, Brian. Thank you very much. Hope you're keeping well. Punkle says multiple megatank syndrome. I think I have got that a little bit. I don't mean to argue, but I'm going to. I love sentences that start that way. With all respect, with all due respect, so none then, okay. This quiz lets you have like 5 seconds to actually get full points, whereas the 100-point one started counting down and you had to read. And you get a bit of time, and I give you extra time. I sometimes wonder how my boss thinks I'm so smart, but for some reason people still ask me questions at work, and I'm not fired yet, so there you go. You're never going to fit that heat into a 6-inch gap at the side to see things. No, but I might fit an arm or a child's arm to reach things, or a phone to video things and see where problems are. How about Mega Water Bridge? That has crossed my mind. So there was another video about, you know, the guy that lives in Nottingham, Jack. I can never remember his name. You know, the one who's turned his entire basement into a fish tank. And he used to have exotic fish, but then he changed it all to native British fish because it's too expensive to heat. So there was a video recently that he's made that was, he held the record as the biggest fish tank in the UK, which is possibly not even true anymore. But say he was challenging people to take the record away from him. He had no intention to. He wasn't trying to keep the record. And he mentioned how many litres it was. And I was like, oh, if I connected my tanks, I would have that record. I can't tell you the number now because it might be related to one of the questions in the quiz later. So, slightly flawed in that if some of my rummy-nosed tetra decided to swim into Mega Tank 1, I wouldn't have many rummy-nosed tetras for very long. So I would need to come up with some kind of barrier system that allowed water to pass but not fish. Maybe some kind of mesh that wouldn't then get clogged and cause all kinds of problems. But all that just to break some arbitrary record. Am I that? What's the word? Is that petty? It's not petty, is it? But yes, I am, probably. I think that would be it. It would make a very good clickable video title, if nothing else. I have the biggest fish tank in the UK. And then me with the big shit-eating grin. Right, where was it? I'm going to have to... I'm miles behind. Matt and a few others run Fish Farm Link. Liquid Zoo, only fins. I might have to reach out to them because I've got a thing that I'm thinking about doing, which we will talk about after the quiz. The quiz, which is about to start. Right. Oh, let me get ready. I need to do some live window resizing now. God, professional or what? And then I need to tell you the link for the quiz so as you know where you're going. Let me get back to the right... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Quiz. My quizzes. Aquarium Adventures 221. Host live quiz. There is the link to the quiz. I figured out how to copy the link and everything so I don't have to type it in myself. Operator error. I don't know what that's referring to, but chances are yes. There you go. There's the link to the quiz. And for those of you who like to scan codes, there's this code scan. Right, let me move my coupon out the way. Shall we go down here this week? Oh, I feel like I'm very out of centre. There we go. That'll do. Punkle, Zarakwov, Jeff. I see you. So there are 20 questions. It is timed questions, so in the majority of them you get 30 seconds. If it's a particularly wordy question or difficult to understand, you might get a bit longer. I think you should send Grammy Brian after those who left their memberships. It might be scarier to send Guppy Brian. I hope I say this a lot, but I am eternally grateful to anyone that supports the channel, because sometimes it does get expensive, and it's not. I don't go very often without thinking, I have to can this, because the costs just pile up every now and again. So everybody who buys food off the website, or merch, or memberships, or just turning up on nights like this, or watching a video, is greatly appreciated. Very much not expected. I've been on a few recently where people have been having a right old moan about their members, like, "Oh, why more people not joining as a member? God, think I do this for fun?" I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to give you any money now. An avatar, how do I customize it? I don't know. I think you might have to sign up to GeoGuessr to make your own avatar. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, join as a channel member, or else. God help you if you aren't doing this for fun. I know, I'm definitely not doing it for. I'm definitely not doing it for money. I mean, this is part of my long-term retirement plan. If I can top up my pension with a couple £100 a month, that'll do me. Right, we've got 12 people in. How many people are watching? I'm surprised there's anybody here, what with it being a lovely evening. It's definitely beer garden weather, isn't it? So, I'm surprised if there's many UK time zone people that aren't just sweltering in a corner of their darkest room at the moment. 41. So a bit down on usual, but we'll take it. And we've got 13 in the quiz, ready to play. I'll give you one more minute and then we'll get things rolling. Oh, rookie error, I've forgotten to start the chatbot. Not that it makes much of a difference. You know, if I accidentally drink 10 pints of beer and fall asleep, you can get me to wake up with the wake up command. Right, move that out the way. And are we ready to press the button, do we think? So this, for you 13, you're in for a treat, because you're going to get a poop load of points, and then everyone's going to come back next week when it's pissing it down. Be like, oh no, Punkle is 300,000 points ahead of me. So there we've got all you people. DVP, Applegal, Bruce. Oh, can I change it? No, I can scramble your name, but I can't change your avatar. Can I? No. We're all in. We're all ready to go. I'm going to kick us off. Good luck, everybody. Quiz time. Who wanted to ask the Wizard of Oz for courage? Was it the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion, or Dorothy? Rachel in there the fastest with 5.721 seconds. 10 of you have made guesses. Have 3 of you fallen asleep? 2 of you. It was, of course, the Cowardly Lion, not Dorothy or the Tin Man. So we've got a few 5,000 pointers. Stevie P just a little bit too slow. Oh, it's not showing for Lisa. Still connected. Jingy thingy-majiggery. There's a word for that. Refresh your screen. That seemed to work last week for people. Right, next round. Let's try again. This is because I spent last week saying how great and robust this quiz system was. That's why we were using it. Now people are having problems. What is 10 cubed? Is it 1, 100, 1000, or 10,000? It's 1,000. 10 times 10 times time. Question number 3. Your first location round. So, look around. Where are you? Or where is this? So you have to find it on a map. Zoom in on your map and place where you think the Wimbledon finals are taking place this weekend. Then he in straight away on the geography question. What's going on? No friggin' idea. I made this super easy just for you. I've literally given you the answer in the question. It's in Wimbledon. I suppose you have to know where Wimbledon is. So the closer you are, the more points you get in this one. Yeah, for those of you who weren't here last week, this might be a bit of a learning curve because we had a bit more time last week to get used to the new types of questions. So you have to open the map for this one. Zoom in on where you think Wimbledon is. Handy hint, it's in Wimbledon. Next to the Wombles. No idea where Wimbledon is. Is Wimbledon not famous? I thought Wimbledon was like a worldwide. Oh, who's this? It's not in Nebraska. No. Sorry, I must stop laughing at my audience. This is not one. It's not in the sea, Jeff. Not in Leeds or in Liverpool or more Carlisle, maybe. Blackpool. But at least you're in the right country. But yes, it's in London. Specifically, it's in Wimbledon. And that's the tennis place right there. So we've got one 5,000 pointer. Oh, that must be Juggler. Where's Juggler? You right on it. Juggler's right on it. Well done, though. That's. I think if you guessed London, you got enough points to be practically full points. Well, I wasn't actually that far off for not knowing where it is. Yeah, that's true. It glitched on. Oh no! I guessed London. Well, you were right then. Right, next question. I'm not happy that this is glitching as well. But at least this one was cheaper. Right, this is a slider one. So you see the slider at the bottom of the thing? You get to move that around to the answer that you're happy with. What percentage of all known fish species inhabit freshwater environments? So if you think it's 10, slide it down to 10. If you think it's 70, etc. You know how sliders work, yeah? What are we thinking, people? I'll give you a little bit extra time just so as you could get used to it. Where's Rebecca when you need her? I think she's currently over the Bristol Channel. She's flying back from a talk in Belfast today. The answer, 51%. Punkle getting 5,000 points. Well done. Juggler went for the 80-20 rule. There is more diversity in freshwater, but not much more. It's only 51%. So, total standings after 4 rounds. Punkle in number 1 in the top spot, Error 404, second, Zenny in third, Juggler in fourth, and Rachel Scat bringing up number 5. Question number 5. So this is just find the country. All you have to do is open the map again, but click anywhere in the country. That's the answer to this question. What country was previously known as Ceylon? Ceylon. Don't know how you say it. Ceylon, Ceylon. What country was previously known as Ceylon? So open the map, decide what country you think it is, click on said country anywhere in it. It'll take your guess. So this is a doubly hard question, which is why I've given you a little bit extra time. Because 1, you need to know the answer to the question. 2, you need to know where that country is. So without even looking, I'll give it a second before I say this. But I imagine Zenny's typing some kind of gripey grumble about a geography question. There's only like 2 more of these in the whole quiz, don't worry. Geography grumble. Historical geography at that. It was Sri Lanka. For those of you who don't know, Sri Lanka's down there at the end of India. So if nothing else, we're educational. I get to put educational in the tag of my video. So it doesn't show me where you went wrong with that one, so those of you who clicked Australia, you keep it to yourself. No one will ever know. Question number 6. In tennis, what name is given to a score of 40-40? Is it love, advantage, deuce, or let? It was, of course, deuce. Still tight at the top. Only a couple 100 points in between Punkle and Juggler. Only a few more 100, maybe 1,000 to Error 404. Still plenty to play for. Question 7. Another map one. So you can move around, you can have a look, so you can scroll around. Where do you think you are? You can move up the street, you can go for miles, you can go to a big main road and look for a road sign. You could, whatever you want to pinpoint the location. I've given you an extra 30 seconds, I think. You've got a minute and a half on this one. So you're not expected to get it from this picture, you're expected to get it by panning around, moving around on the map. It should be barely recognizable. Let's just go with that. In fact, didn't I give some kind of clue? I'm sure I gave a clue on this one. Let's see where people are guessing. Someone has guessed. Yeah. That person's wrong. That person's wrong. Applegal's gone with Spain. A few people have gone London. Multiple people have gone London. But I wonder why. The map never showed up, said Adam. You do have to click on the map, or does it just not show up at all? I was hoping that would give it away. It was 10 Downing Street. So, Rachel, again, you're in the right country. That's pretty much good enough. But we're right here, Downing Street. So, well done to both Juggler and Error404 for getting the right street. Everyone else that's in London, that's not bad. Hey, 10. You're in London. That's not bad. So you knew where it was. I'm going to stop talking to everyone as if they're 12 years old now, as we go on to question number 8. Oasis have started their reunion tour, but what was the name of their debut album? Was it Definitely Maybe? Was it Dig Out Your Soul? Was it What's the Story, Morning Glory? Or was it Be Here Now? This is your current events portion of the quiz. Round finished. It was Definitely Maybe. Of course it was. So, still the same list at the top. So, Adam's saying nothing, just the answer map showed. Yeah, what? No. What? No scrolly abouty map then? It might be worth refreshing your screen, Adam, and see if that makes a difference. Right. Question 9. What unusual instrument for a rock and roll song is played in the AC/DC hit It's a Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll? It is a stylophone, bagpipes, a harp, or a violin. Bagpipes. As a proud Scotsman, I will tell you it was bagpipes. As someone with ears, god awful bagpipes. So Juggler gets full points on that one. I don't see. I was going to say, where's Punkle gone? Oh, you only got 3,000 points there. We've had a swap at the top. Error 404 dropped off as well. These bands are for old people. I mean, you've got a point. They are, but come on. No spring chicken. Just trying my best to insult everyone now. No, yeah, you're right. But, you know, you're allowed to know about old bands. Some of the best music are from old bands. I'm old, but these are too old for me. I think they formed the year I was born or something like that. Right. Question number 10. Halfway point, everyone. Either, oh, it's running out, or yay, we're nearly finished. Derived from the Latin word cuprum, meaning from Cyprus, what element has the chemical symbol Cu? Is it copper, calcium, iron, or chromium? Yes, I'm with you, Mandy. It was copper. I'm counting that as one of my fishy questions because, you know, you don't want copper in your fish tank. Question 11. Which of these flowers is a key component to Chanel No. 5? Is it jasmine, orchid, lavender, or lily? Which of these flowers is a key component to Chanel No. 5 perfume? Lee getting the maximum points on that one with Jasmine. It was indeed Jasmine. Zenny almost getting the maximum. Oh, it's tight, the top three. No, it's not really. It's tight, second and third. But still anybody's. Still anybody's. Question 12. How many points are featured on the maple leaf on Canada's national flag? How many points on the maple leaf on Canada's national flag? Is it 3, 5, 8, or 11? Oh, the quiz has got it in for Adam. It is 11. I will now show you an image of the Canada flag, and we can count the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, not much has changed. I thought that would be a leveler for everyone. Well done. Question 13. The word bathymetry refers to the study and measurement of what? Is it ocean depth, air pressure, mountain elevation, or wood density? Bathymetry. Bathymetry? Bath, why? Metry. Bathymetry. Who knows? Bruce knows, Applegal knows, Punkle knows, SGH Error 404 knows. No one else knows that it's ocean depth. Another map one. Sorry, everyone. I really like these ones. So this is a country one. All you have to do is pick the country. Where were AC/DC? Do you know what? Where were AC/DC formed in 1977? I did not intentionally pick 2 AC/DC questions. There you go. I'm not even that big a fan of AC/DC. They do, after all, use bagpipes, which are horrific in one of their songs. But where are they from? That's all we need to know. Pick a country, any country. Preferably the right country. You've got time to go and Google it if you must, but you won't get as many points that way. And I'll know you're cheating. Oh no, this isn't just country. It's country and exact location. Sorry, I forgot about that one. They performed in Sydney, Australia. So I just went with Sydney. So sorry, that wasn't a country one. I think there is one more country one. Who's over here? Oh, a few people thinking they're an American band. Scat, Zenny, and Stevie P. All very wrong. Someone thinks they're from China. Angela, come on. A few Australians, so you should get most points. Well done. This is another pinpoint one. God, I'm so sorry, everyone. This is your fish question for the week. Where is the White Cloud Mountain minnow native to? So you get extra points. So if you know the country, click the country. That'll get you some points. But if you know where in the country, because it's a very small area, you'll get 5,000 points. At least I got 1 point, and he got 2. Let's see if you do any better on this one. I found a White Cloud Mountain minnow in my pond the other day. No idea how that happened. Oh, what did we all think then? Yeah, most people going for China or surrounding regions. Well done. But it was the Guangdong region of China, apparently. And more specifically, I mean, it might not be there, but it's this little range of tributaries, apparently. So you've done well. You've done well. Who's that? Bruce just clicking on the word China. That's what I do when I play the actual game. I don't know. I think it's China. Right. Pardon me. Punkle is now opening up a near 7,000 point lead over Error 404, who's opening up a near 6,000 point lead over Juggler, who's opening up a near 4,000 point lead over Zenny. But still 5 questions to go. You never know what can happen. Zenny thought it was Vietnam. No, Lee thought it was Japan. Zenny thought it was... Rachel thought it was Nepal. And Zenny thought it was Vietnam. Zenny thought it was Vietnam, yet chose to click in Thailand. Yeah? Have I got that wrong? It's not Thailand, it's Myanmar. You really are bad at geography. Next round. Yay, another location one. What UK city, so got a clue, was the band Oasis formed in? So there was a lot of American questions for the 4th of July last week. So I've thrown in a few UK-centric ones this week to make up. Do you need to know the street? No, you don't. Just the general area is fine. The answer is Manchester. So if you click in and around Manchester, you get the points. Well, That Seats Ass has gone for Liverpool. A good guess. Lots of good bands are from there. I don't think any bands are from Tamworth, if I'm completely honest, but hey, you'll still get points for that. But yes, well done all you lot. I'm having trouble zooming in on my trackpad, so I have to click as close as possible from far out. Oh, you did well there. Where are you? That still counts. I mean, if you live in Ashton-under-Lyme, you would still say you live in Manchester. That's your nearest big city. No one wants to have been associated with Oldham. This is a drive I have to do quite often. Yeah, I live here, and then we go all the way over here to go to sunny Bolton, where dreams are made of. A housing association that needs my help. Anyway, question 17. Just a normal question. What sport, here's your sports ball question, was played by Arnold Palmer, namesake of the popular iced tea and lemonade combo drink? Was Arnold Palmer in motor racing, tennis, cricket, or golf? I mean, if you've hated every aspect of the location-based questions this, you're going to love the eliminator tonight. So let me put that out there now to set expectations. He was a golfer. A good few 5,000ers there. Well done, everyone. Question number 18. Pinpoint the location. Where are you? So again, this is another look around one. You can have a bit of a squiz. So if you can't see this bit, I'll give you some help. Oh, what's this? It's a place where they have gelati, and they call it gelati. What does that mean? Pizza, hot pizza at that. Gastronomy. Oh, what could that be? Okay, I'll help you out a little bit. Maybe turn around here and go, oh, what's that? That looks interesting. Seen that before somewhere. What's that? That's even more interesting. Maybe we should go over here. And all will become clear. Oh, I've seen that in films and stuff. Oh, what could that be? Where could we be? Might have been like lions and shit fighting in there. And I can't just tell you the answer, but I'm hoping that just tells you the answer. What's this taxi say? No idea. So you're meant to be able to play this game by looking at number plates and knowing that that denotes a country. The fact that it's got a bluish border on both sides. But if you don't know that, the big fake off Colosseum there. What's this guy doing? Eyes on the road, fella. At least you went roaming around to help out. Yes, indeedy, that was in Rome. Italy is good enough. That'll be Zenny. Well done, Zenny. That was pretty good for your two-finger spread. Yep, it's the Colosseum in Rome. Well done, everyone. See, we're learning. We're getting better at this. Right, penultimate question time. The standings are Punkle on 81,500 points. Error 404. Oof. Is he too far behind? Juggler even further behind. So we need Punkle to get nothing on the next couple of questions. And I think, yeah, only Error 404 can catch you now. Rachel down in 10th. Lee in 9th. Zara Quov in 8th, Bruce 7, Bassett's ass 6, but he has been hampered by technology tonight. SJH in 5th, Zenny in 4th, and then we've done the top 3. Question 19. Oh, good. Here's your question. Again, it's another slidery one. How many litres of water are in my fish room? I should maybe quantify this by saying according to me. I recently had an opportunity to count. So this is what I think I have in my fish room. Somewhere in between 0 and 10,000. Yes, 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 Americans, before you start typing, what's a litre? Tough. Yeah, before or after a rainstorm, that's a good point, because if it rains heavily here, the water comes up through the floor. The answer, according to Graham, is... This is pretty close. 5,750 litres. Zenny with the complaints and second place. We think the lady doth complain too much. Bruce got most points on that. Well, joint first place, in fact. 4,625 with Zenny. Oh, Punkle's away down in ninth. He didn't quite get 0 points, but he's opened a door. Right, so that leaves the standings currently, as you can see on your screen, hopefully. Punkle with 85, 446, Error 404, 77. So the maximum we can get is 5,000 points. So I've kind of already got a winner. So just for fun, final question. What's the name for a fish such as many African cichlids, or chichlids, that is found exclusively in a particular geographic area and nowhere else? Is it endemic, geocentric, plastic, or what's that say? Paralocal. Yeah, I made that one up, sorry. Lee with the first place guess. It is endemic. Nobody went for my paralocal guess. Maybe somebody did. So the total standings then. Punkle in first place. Error 404 in second. And Juggler in third. Well done, everyone. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, no. I don't know if my thing... Oh, of course it will. I'll just make it a bit bigger. Right. Now you get to see some real epic live spreadsheeting that you've never seen before. Is everyone ready for this? Strap in, people. Have a look at yourselves on there. What we're going to do is go, oh, Graham, how are you going to get those scores exported? Because there's no way to export this into a spreadsheet or a list of any kind. Oh, this will be annoying for Graham. Tomorrow you'll have to spend ages not only just copying and pasting, going through the live stream where he sits and pauses on a screen where I'm actually showing it, because it doesn't save it anywhere. Stupid thing. But anyway, if only there was a way we could open a special app. This is where it's now not going to work. I said, if only there was a way we could open... There we go. There's a special app called The Extractor. So we'll move that out of the way. We're going to take a picture, any image file whatsoever, like this one, for instance, and save that. And then we can get rid of that altogether now. We'll take The Extractor. And we're going to browse to that picture file, stick it into The Extractor, and extract it. It's going to now analyze that image file, decide that that's a scoreboard with some tables, and extract the points, the names, and the rank. Don't care about the rank, so I'm not going to care about that. I'm going to click OK, and it's going to open up a spreadsheet all the way over here with the name and the points filled into a spreadsheet. Now, if you're not technically minded, you might be thinking, what? But that is freaking amazing. So all I have to do is come in here to week 2. It's week 2, paste that in there, like so, and that will update all the scores into week 2. And it's even counted juggler this time as well. Let's put your scores back in for last week. I think it didn't count you on week 1 juggler because I forgot to put the name column in there because this was me manually typing them in. Until we got to week 2 when I can just do that. Which means Error 404 in first place, Juggler in second place, Zenny in third place, even with all the bitching. Third place, that's pretty good. Bassie's Ass in fourth, hindered by technology. Stevie P in fifth, SJH, Morley, Punkle, Fat Kids Win at Seesaw, and Apple Gal making up the top 10. So, one more round of applause for everybody who lasted all the way. Oh, is my extra 3,000 already included? It's not. Do you know what? It isn't. So, good point. I now have to add in... I'll do that later. Shit, I should include that in the script. Yeah. So you get 3,000 points. You get 3,000 points. That's like Oprah. You get a car. You get a car. Everybody gets a car. Lee gets 3,000 points. DVP gets 3,000 points. Who else is a member? Apple Gal. Apple Gal gets 3,000 points. Angela gets 3,000 points. Stevie P gets 3,000 points. Why did we get 2 Apple Gals? We do have 2 Apple Gals. Are you hoping to combine your points? Are you playing on multiple devices? That seems disingenuous. I will add up the points later. I in no way want to make everyone sit through that. Jason says, I'm on the road, so may need to participate when I'm not driving. Not that I do any better. It would be difficult to participate while driving. But yes, Bunkle, well done. You've done it. You have won. I'm in there twice as well, says DVP, because it glitched on me. What if we added my points up? Yeah, that again seems disingenuous. We shouldn't do that. Oh, well, no, maybe we should. Maybe we should. I mean, I'm going to take you on face value. They, like, kick you out and then you joined again, and that's your first question's points, and that's your... maybe we will add them up. I was so happy about this because this, if you don't know, this is running on the GeoGuessr platform, which is like a huge, massive thing that hundreds of thousands of people play. I thought there's no way they're going to allow glitching and stuff like that. Because people do this like professionally. They have leagues, they have all kinds of competitions and stuff where people play this. There's no way this will glitch. And last week it didn't. So I'm really sorry, everyone. Applegal came in last. It's okay, but I was busy setting up for a BBQ. When my beta decided he wanted attention when I came into a clean plate. Mr. G's got no friends either. What happens when you can't get all the leaderboards in one pick? Well, I have a plan for that. It can combine pictures. Ooh, excellent. But not first, says Mandy. Therefore, complaining will still happen. I might even complain if I was still in first place. I was going to say copy and paste the data. I need you all to know how difficult this is to do. So, copy and paste the data. If this works now, I'm going to be so pissed off. Now, that's what you get. You can try it again, pasting it as data only, paste special. You get this, so it's not lined up in any way. It just doesn't work. So maybe the old quizzing software is best because it's better for extracting data. But this one's really good. But what I was really happy about this is, if you were here last week, you heard me going on about how I'm fully qualified in AI now. I wrote some scripts. I am not a developer. I am not a coder. I don't know how to code. I don't know the first thing about it. But I wrote a load of scripts using AI to help me write the scripts, which included AI, which helped me decipher a picture. So this little program that I've got here called the extractor will take any image. So the reason I said earlier that I can use this for work now is quite often, I can't show you this for data privacy reasons, but quite often part of my job means I have to go into like an Azure portal for a client and figure out like cost profiles and things like that, how much money you spent on compute resources over the last month or whatever. And I can see it, and maybe half the time there's an export button. And I can export that into a CSV and I can play around with the data and interrogate it however I want to do it. So maybe half the time there's a button that will let me export the data that I want to see. But even then, it exports all the data and I have to pare it down to the bits that I want to see. And of those half the times that I can export the thing, half the times again, it'll actually work. So it'll tell me I can export it and I'll click the export button and all will happen. And I'll log a ticket for Microsoft and 3 weeks later they'll get back to me and go, oh yeah, we fixed it now. Let's try again. And you're like, yeah, I needed it 3 weeks ago, not now. Or I just plain don't have permissions to that section to export and I can only view. So I can only see it on a screen like this. I'm going, what use is that? So now I can run this tool on anything. And if it picks up anything that it thinks vaguely looks like a table, it'll let me extract the data from it. And that is, to me, that's a big deal. Us as humans go, yep, that's clearly a list of people with points that they've got. But to a computer, that's an image. A white pixel there, a brown pixel there, a grey pixel there, a blue pixel there, more white pixels. It doesn't mean anything to a computer. So to get it to understand that that is a table from an image, which doesn't have any data telling it it's a table, blows my mind how that works. And then to make it even harder, GeoGuessr, I've got this gradient here. So you've got this nice blue to purple gradient. That just throws off any image processing what's going on at all. So what I'm using is I've got a script that's trying to interrogate all the data once I've got the data, and that's fine. I can do all that, format it. But I'm using AI vision to interpret this, which is looking at everything it sees. It's like white pixel, white pixel, white pixel, white pixel. But what it's actually doing is going, right, there's a load of white pixels together. That might be a word. And it draws a little box around it, goes, I think this is a word. And then it takes that off to the side and goes, right, I'm going to see if I can recognize letters. And it draws a little box around that word. It goes, I think that's a capital P. I think that's a U. And it puts it all together and ultimately gives you a list like this that says, yeah, Stevie P got 4,000 points. And allows me in seconds to extract that into a spreadsheet. This will be useful for like 6 people on the entire planet, but for the people that it is useful for, it's unbelievably useful. And I'm yet to find anyone that's appreciated this as much as I am, but this is one, I can't believe I've done this, given my complete lack of knowledge on how to do any kind of coding whatsoever. but just how flawlessly it works for so little money. And there ends my public service announcement on why AI isn't terrible all the time. Right, sorry, where did we get to? I think some people glitched and it made them start over. I think that is what it is. So Graham needs to add the spot. I will add the points together for everyone. This is 9 PM every week. Yep, without fail. For the last 5 years, I think we've been doing this. Every Friday. There's more. There's another one. It's even more fun. More maps. For some reason, it kept asking me. It kept acting like I didn't answer, so I just refreshed the page. Yeah, I think it's fair that if you've typed in the same name, you can get all the points. I have to admit that's quite a good solution, but bet if this was a work thing, it would have taken months of development work. Because it's a leisure thing, 5-minute job and better than possible work solution. Yeah. The thing is, with the work thing, if I ever get to a point where I've got a view that I can see but can't export, then technically it's a permissions issue and I just have to log a ticket with someone and they'll give me the permissions I need to export. But in the company I work for, you log a ticket, you wait for, at best, 2 or 3 days. Someone comes back and says, "What do you want? Permissions to what? What's Azure?" And you spend 2 or 3 days telling them what you want repeatedly, over and over again, them trying to give you what you want, completely misunderstanding what they need to do, and then you either frustratingly give up or 2 weeks later you finally get the access that you need, by which time the data is completely useless because it's 2 weeks out of date. Whereas this, I am amazed. I am amazed. That's all I can say. I know it doesn't look like much. I know it doesn't look like anything. And in the grand scheme of things, it probably isn't. But this is exactly the kind of AI I want. That is, in my day-to-day proper job, that is something that would legitimately eat up. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It would come from a random request or a random thought. I wonder how much this client is spending on such and such. I'll go and look. So I'll go and look to actually getting an answer. Elapsed time, weeks. Effort time, a couple of days. Just to get it out and play with it. Whereas now it's like 30 seconds. Mind blown. So basically I've been given a load of resources to play with AI and learn AI, and that's what I was doing the other week, was getting all my qualifications and stuff. And the company expects that I then create it. So I have an objective to identify an area that AI can make an improvement. Objective met. And then I get a stretch target of the objective if I implement something that does it. Objective met. And I've still got all these resources and free stuff to make a new thing. So I'm making a new thing, and that's the thing that's really exciting me. So people who have used tools like vidIQ or TubeBuddy or all the kind of creator assistance tools, I think I might have accidentally made a better one that's free to me. Very, very low cost anyway. Basically, in less than a week, I've created half of TubeBuddy or half of vidIQ. And again, it's kind of blowing my mind that someone like me, certified idiot, can, yes, with the assistance of AI, can compile the code and the various. I mean, it's a big thing, but it just kind of blows my mind. So it's not in any usable situation. Literally 5 minutes before this was coming on, I was still getting it to recompile some codes for me and see if I could get it to actually work. I don't know if it does or not. But over the next few weeks, I think it's something that I could possibly. That's why I was asking about the who does the fish farm stuff, because it's kind of that's the perfect place to live in the fish farm stuff. So it's not fish related. It's all about helping people make videos be seen more and all that kind of stuff. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll hopefully start dripping that in places. I kind of want to help the community, because this is taking hours of my time rather than hundreds of my money. It's used a little bit of my money, but I can really give that to my community and then maybe charge the wider world. So all you guys who turn up to my streams and watch my videos, you all get a free token. That's what I'm trying to say. Have you ever tried ChatGPT's GeoGuessr abilities? It's pretty, yeah, and again, that's one of the really scary things about it. So I've used ChatGPT a lot recently, a lot, and I've used Copilot and I've used various other Azure-based ones. So a lot of my training and stuff has been done in Azure, which uses OpenAI's tools and things like that. But they're just a lot more powerful. And are they more powerful or are they just faster? I don't know. But that's kind of the fact that I can write some code. In fact, I don't even have to write some code. I can be an idiot and say, I want something to do this. How do I do that? And it'll go, well, you could write a script in Python and have it do this and call this function, do that. All right, do that then. Okay, here you go. And it'll give me it. When it inevitably doesn't work, I can literally take a screenshot of it and say, it's not working, and show it a screenshot, and it goes, right, okay, let's try this. And it'll fix it for me. And you're like, now, the creator AI thing that I'm trying to work on, I think I'm on revision. Right. Does anyone care about this? I'll give you a minute to answer this. Does anyone care about this? Because I can give you a very quick overview of what I'm trying to do and why it's difficult and where I might need help. If you don't care about it, I completely understand, because it's the geekiest thing I've ever done myself, and I'm quite a big geek anyway. But I'll tell you about it and what's going on and why it's working and not working and that kind of stuff. Otherwise, we're going to go on to the eliminator. Graham, where is Brian the fish and a couple of silver dollars? The tank looks empty. Brian? There's Brian the fish. Silver dollars are right over in that corner in the back. Yeah, that's one of them. There you go. Applegal's got a song suggestion. My beta wanted attention and got excited for my steaks when I came back. So a song about fishies having a barbecue on a sunny hot day. We can do that. I will try and remember that. Where did you make this? What service? Well, the extractor thing that I made was almost exclusively in ChatGPT, until I realized they expected me to make it in Copilot. So I just asked Copilot I gave Copilot the best prompt you've ever seen to make it. Because Copilot was a bit like, oh, you know your stuff. Because I've already gone through 15 iterations of it with the other one. But yes, it's basically a Python script which does all the moving things around and a bit of OpenAI vision to extract the logic and notice when it's a table. But the other thing about that one is you can take a picture of a scoreboard. So I've tested it on like cricket scoreboards that people have been at a match taking a picture of it, and it can do it until it gets to like a certain angle. It can even do it. Yeah, it's amazing. So this particular one, the extractor, was written on with two co-pilots within Azure AI but you could literally make this. I made a version of it almost exactly the same in ChatGPT just by prompting ChatGPT, how do I do this? And then got there. Lisa has to let the dog out. Okay. Dave says, yeah. Stevie P says, I do. Uncle says it's now I've left it so long, I don't know if you think this is interesting or something I was talking about ages ago. Right, shall I just do this so Brian stays in frame? He can be convinced to. So very quickly, the I forgot what I was talking about now. Oh, so I'm trying to make. I thought I'll make a creator toolkit, and it started with me thinking, I wonder how tools like TubeBuddy, vidIQ, all that kind of stuff, I wonder how they work. I wonder what's driving them underneath. So I think the best way to do that is to try and do it yourself and try and build one yourself. And I particularly picked a feature that's kind of in it but isn't in it, that I often want to know why one video works and another one doesn't. So I wanted something that would compare videos that already existed and see what it was about those videos that made them stand out, made them viral, if you like. So the first iteration of it was the viral checker, where I wanted to, one, identify a niche. So I would put in some keywords like fish keeping, aquascaping, whatever it is, and it would go away and pick out. In fact, I can probably show you. It would go away and pick out all the things. Can I show you? Like I said, I was, until 5 minutes before this thing happened, I was editing some of this, and it obviously threw up some indent errors and things like that, and went, not going to work. Sorry. And it clearly doesn't work. But the idea is that it would go away and take your keywords and identify your niche. So my keywords would say, all right, you're in the fish keeping niche, and you obviously care about discus and aquascaping. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to find a bunch of videos that are to do with discus and aquascaping, and I'm going to rank them. So it would rank them in terms of virality. And I decided that virality was something that meant it was your views per subscriber ratio. So if you managed to get more views than you got subscribers, that's kind of a big deal, I think. So it would keep it relative. So if you had 100,000 subscribers, but your video's got 10,000 views, that's not as good as you having 1,000 subscriber and your video getting 10,000 views. So it would weight the rankings that it was giving. So got it to do that. And I thought, well, that's great, but what can I do with that information? So I tried to get it to tell me what it was that, essentially getting an AI to second guess the algorithm as to what was making these things successful. So it was considering things like, you're already a big channel, so that gives you a bit of a bump. You're already doing proper keyword research, so that gives you a big bump. Your thumbnail is vibrant and bright, and that gives you a bump. So they were all fairly generic stuff, and I was a bit like, yeah, anyone can figure that out, but what else is it doing? So I managed to get several AI co-pilots to talk to themselves and figure out what it thought made a viral video. Oh, it might actually have worked. So let me see if I can. Am I even still streaming? I don't know. So this is what I've got so far. So it's a creator toolkit. These are the things that I'm interested in, that the tools like vidIQ, etc., give us. It's optimizing titles, it's writing descriptions, it's helping with thumbnails, and there's another one which just I cannot get it to show up here, but it's keyword researcher. So it's like I want to make a video about aquascaping a discus tank, then my keywords are probably going to be aquascaping and discus. But I want to understand how to use them better. Should I be targeting discus? Because is that mixing it up with discus throwers? Is that too saturated a keyword to go for? Do I need to go for discus plants, discus fish, discus something else, all that kind of stuff? So that's the bit I'm working on at the moment, and that's, again, blowing my mind that it's working as well as it is working. But the topic researcher was the thing that I'd looked at first. There you go, keyword phrase generator. It is working under here. Okay, so this is all broken. Fine. But so this was the first thing, was the topic researcher. So I can say, so I've told it, I've given it some information to say, what's a viral score? So a viral score is views divided by subscribers. So that keeps it relative. And then you can enter your niche topics here. So again, there's some code behind this that will figure out if you want one keyword, one key phrase, 3 key phrases, whatever it is. How many months do you want to look over? So I might... Brilliant. As you can see, I'm not a developer. Let me try that again, because we're almost there. I do have a working version of this. This is the one I'm dicking around with. But you would pick how old a video do you want to look for. So you're basically, what you're saying is, this is my niche. This is the things I'm interested in. I want to see what other people are doing in this area. Then you get to choose how far back do you want to look. How many results do you want? So do you want hundreds of... Stop messing with it. Ah! Obviously, it will work when I release this. Do you want to set a range of subscribers? So I only want to see videos from channels who have between 0 and 1 million subscribers, or 10 million, or whatever that is. How many views do you want to look at? Do you want to filter by likes, by comments, by duration? Exclude shorts. Stop pressing buttons! This was all working earlier. Blah, 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 blah. And then I can find videos, but it's not going to fucking find videos. So what happens there is it finds a bunch of videos that meet that criteria. So it says, over the last 3 months, there have been 27 videos released by creators who have 10,000 to 12,000 subscribers. So you can choose a channel your size. If you have 5,000 subscribers, you can say, I want to look at channels that have between 3 and 20,000 subscribers. What videos are working for them? And it will show you the videos that are working for them. And it will do things like sentiment analysis of whether or not these are meant to be educational, entertaining, shocking, all that kind of stuff. It looks at all the words that are in either the descriptions or the videos themselves, and does all that kind of stuff. Looks at the titles and the keywords that they're likely targeting, and looks at the thumbnails and whether or not they're contributing to the virality or just not contributing, I guess is the other option. And give you buttons, give you, the creator looking to make your own video, an idea of the type of things that are working for the type of things that you're trying to make. So if you want to make a discus aquascaping video, you can see, right, these guys who are either at my size or a bit bigger than me are making this type of video and it's working. So I should be targeting those same sort of keywords. I need to make my thumbnail stand out a bit more in that way. I need to make my description cover all these kind of things. And then you take that information, go into the other bits where it helps you create your titles and helps you create your descriptions and all that kind of thing. So as when you finally made your video, you've got the best chance of it actually triggering the algorithm to be picked up. And again, triggering the algorithm is wrong. You've got the best chance for it to meet the same criteria of other videos that have done well. So we shouldn't, the thing I'm trying to flip is to stop trying to trigger the algorithm, start trying to make videos people are interested in, because the most important things are your title and description. That's what you're scrolling through, unless you already know about a channel or whatever, you're scrolling through, you go, oh, Aquarium Adventures video, yeah, I like him, I'll watch that. Or, oh, that's Stevie B 2003, I'll watch that, I like their live streams, I'm going to do this. When you don't know them, your only information is a fleeting something goes past your eyes, and it's flashing colours, bright light, interesting description. And all the other tools are so generic about make high contrast images, do well. That's true, but there's got to be more to it than that. You won't believe how this discus fish behaved. But when you see the stats behind it, that asking a question in a title or leaving an unknown there has data to prove that that will make so many more people click it, and it will put off so many less people for trying to be clickbaity, and all these kind of things that are, because you can show it in the logs what it is that it's considering before it gives this advice. And it was giving me some amazing advice where I was like, yeah, that's actually useful. And that's, you can get these things, almost none of it's new. You can get all these things in your vidIQs and your TubeBuddies, but you can pay 50 quid a month for the privilege to get all these things. Whereas I've had to buy some YouTube credits for a YouTube API to be able to extract the data out of YouTube. I've had to buy some OpenAI credits to be able to use their AI engine to start to decipher some of the more intricate things and put together some of the logic that's not codable, that's using the AI to come up with the logic. And then some other AI vision, AI, I can't remember what it is, but basically I've spent about 30 quid on credits, which will handle hundreds of thousands of requests. Now, each time, if I was to do this all the way through, from not having an idea, using every single tool to research every single thing, then it might take 1,000 credits out of the hundreds of thousands that I'm getting for that tenner. So I don't know. I'm just kind of geeking out on this because I've never been into coding. It's always been such a dry subject for me. I've never really understood it. And even just by getting some AI bots to code for me, I've learned so much about coding. But I've also learned, one of the things I've got there is a little progress bar. So it's called a viral score. So you get, one is you get the same amount of views as subscribers. So 0.2, 0.4, whatever it is. And if you get like, getting over 1's good. Getting more views than you have subscribers in any video is really good. I just wanted a little circle to show how close you were to getting 1. And I think I was on like iteration 197 before I got that to work. So a long way to go, and it's not foolproof. So therein ends my progress on what I've been doing with AI this week. It's the first time I've
Wake up! Graham, wake up!
Sorry, I've overstepped my mark, sorry. But it's the first time I've actually appreciated AI for what it could be. I mean, I've talked about, I've worked with AI for years. I've always been a bit like, I'm so not interested. Terminator 2, seen it, not interested. And even when I've used it for things like, after the stream tonight, we might do some songs and things. That's using AI to do the things I don't want it to do. I want AI to do the dishes so as I have time to write music. I want AI to wash my car so as I can write a poem. Do you know what I mean? It's all the kind of things I want to do, the enjoyable things. I want AI to do the crappy things that's way over there. And this is the first time I've actually seen, do you know how I can do the crappy things? I can literally tell it what I want and it'll go away and figure out how to do it and then do it. And I think it was just doing the training that made me understand because there's a level of understanding where you just go, yeah, AI does this. It's just fancy Google. It's just searching things better than I can. It's magic. And most people plateau out at the it's magic. It's doing things that we don't understand. But when you actually understand what it is doing, you're like, it is magic and it's fantastic. Why is it? How is it able to do this? Who knows how to do this? In the same way that if the majority of humanity was wiped out and there was like a couple of hundred of us stuck on a desert island, and they say, well, we'll bring everyone back if you lot can build a computer. You're like, see ya. There are so few humans on the planet that understand how to build a computer chip. So loads of them can build computers. Yeah, I'll take a graphics card. Okay, how do you build a graphics card? Oh, you get circuit boards. Okay, how do you build a circuit board? Oh, you get like components. Okay, how do you build the components? It's capacitors. How do you build a capacitor? I don't know. How do you build a CPU? There's silicons involved. So sand? Nobody knows anymore. Everything's productized. AI has now got to that point where it's like, how's AI doing this better than we can? It's fancy Google. Yeah, what does that mean? I don't know. It's magic. And it is. Anyway, one more quiz to go. We're not going to talk about this forever. I'm sorry, everybody. But I was interested briefly in something this week, so I've shared it with everyone. I've used Gemini. I've not had much playing around with Gemini yet. I've heard good things about it. Used Gemini Research for an upcoming video, uploaded the transcript of the video and asked it to search YouTube for the current landscape of very similar thing to what I'm asking it to do. Like, I have an idea and I want to see what everyone else is doing with this idea so as I can see what works and what doesn't work. It gave me a really solid report with the context of my actual video in mind. Yeah. Graham has made an AI focus group. I'm sorry, but I've worked in my current role for 26 years now. For 25 3/4 of them, I've been so bored. It's paid too well to do anything about it. This is the first time I've actually stumbled across something where I've gone, so rare. The trouble with everyone using AI is no one does anything new or really different content-wise. Graham, you're 3 months behind me. That's kind of where I was. Well, if we all use AI, we're all going to end up doing the same things. It's not true. It's a tool to enable your vision. If you really want to do something different, so often you're hampered by not knowing how to do it. AI enables you. I want to do this thing. I wish there was a way we could do this. You could literally just type into a ChatGPT prompt, I wish there was a way we could do this. And it'll say, what about this? Yeah, okay, what about that? I don't like this. What about this? And it will not get tired. It will just keep going until it comes up with something that you think works. If you want someone to help test and break it, definitely. Once I've got to the point of thinking of publishing it, I'm perfectly happy with breaking it myself right now, as I've just demonstrated ably. But once I've got something that's kind of working, I want to get a few people to try and break it in ways that I haven't thought of. Dr. Awesome has come in 20 minutes ago when I've probably bored him to tears. Hello, sorry. Graham is on a roll. He might be. Right, okay. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Did I miss the quiz? Tommy's in. You did miss the quiz, but I have one more quiz for you. For anyone who's still here and has put up with my boring AI pitch. We have an eliminator to try. So the eliminator is 10 questions, all map based. We're going all in for July. We'll move away from the map thing after July if it's really not working. This is slightly different. So what I've gone here is you have some clues. I'm asking for countries. So again, this isn't specific scroll around and look for a street or anything. I just want to know what country we're talking about. And the clues are increasingly cryptic clues about countries. This is not easy to say. But you've got at least 3 clues or snippets of information about a country. What country am I talking about? That's basically where we're going with this. Dr. Ross, I'm still here. He is still here. Thank you. Good. Hope you're well. Still the eliminator. The Friday isn't a wash after all. No, you've not missed too much. Don't worry. Some wait until they know if they actually like it to like it. Assigned you a weird name. Are you uplifting tunnel 253? So I can. So, for instance, I can click on that for Stevie P's name and make him a very nice person. Or change him back to Stevie P. I don't know what the significance of that is or why that would be useful. I can't even undo it because it seems pre-scrambled. You've done something weird. So the way this quiz works is we have 10 questions. If you get all 10 questions right, you get a prize, which might be a hearty thankful poem from me. If you get 9 questions correct and are a hero member, then you still win. It's 5,000 points. It's yes, no, you either get them or you don't. So if somebody ends up with 45,000 points and they're a hero member, they win. So just keep playing, even if you get one wrong. We'll see how we get on. We have 9 players in. I think I bored everyone to tears with my AI pitch earlier on. So I think 9's as much as we're going to get. Oh no, 10. Rachel's woke up. It's all right, Uplifting Tunnel, don't you worry. Uplifting Tunnel says, between the games, I tried to log into my Google account, but it wanted me to pay, so I backed out. That's not even my Google name, so I'm very confused. Is there a name field within the account? Uplifting Tunnel says, Tommy, it didn't ask me to sign in. It will let me sign out. Don't worry, Uplifting Tunnel. We'll still have fun. I might make that a t-shirt. We ready to go, everyone? I think we're all good to go. Good luck. Here we go. Find the country. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's right. So, here are your clues. The home of fish and chips, bagpipes, dragons, and the Titanic. What country could that be? What even is an uplifting tunnel? I gave you a bit longer on this first one. You don't get quite as long as all the other ones. This is just for people going, what? A map? Who? Why? It was, of course, the UK. Home of fish and chips, England, bagpipes, Scotland, dragons, Wales, and the Titanic, Northern Ireland. DVP, what happened? DVP got 0 points. Maybe he's the one that fell asleep with my speech. You guys have dragons? Yeah, the Welsh dragon. Have you never heard of the Welsh dragons? It's on their flag and everything. So that's what the rest of these questions are going to be, a variation on this theme. You're asked to pick a country with some increasingly cryptic clues as to which country it is. I'll be lost uplifting tunnel as well. Right, shall we just call that a bogey and start again? Glitchy McGlitch face. Right, let's try again. We've quit that one, so you can come out of that. I kind of really want you to keep the uplifting tunnel name. And hopefully we won't glitch. And you've got the first question for free. Don't say I don't ever give you anything. So while we're waiting for everyone to rejoin, the only reason I was even doing these AI things is I got that little bit of a spark of something that happened. I went, that's quite clever. And I don't know if it's just the way my brain works, but the way my brain works is loads of solutions bobbing about in my head for things that aren't problems. And this, it kind of flipped that switch for me where I was like, I don't need to try and fit a solution I don't really need to fit a problem into a solution I'll come up with. I can wait until I have a problem and just fix it, which is such a small change, but it's so much easier to do it that way. And just like taking all the negativity out of it, it's just fancy Googling, it's just this, that, and the other. Right, I'm going to put you to work and make you fix my thing. Right, I think we're back to 10 players again. I don't see Mandy though. I'll give you a minute to see if you can make it in. Or USK. Nope, someone's left. They don't care. Let's just talk amongst ourselves for a minute. Oh, Mary's got a bone to pick already. We have fish and chips. Some people play bagpipes. My great-grandson has a lot of dragons, all here in the US of A. But I don't think you could argue that you're the home of bagpipes, the home of fish and chips. I mean, I'm happy for you to have bagpipes. I can't think of a worse sound than bagpipes. I have family members threatening me with, we're going to have bagpipes at your funeral, you're going to be piped in. I'm like, I don't care, I will be dead. It's the only time I want to hear bagpipes. Do they even call them dragons in Wales, or more like, no, it's, come right, don't go and go. In Texas, we have Dinosaur Valley, the home of Dragon Prince. Ah, right. Yeah, we have Bridlington. It doesn't have quite the same name. Where we have lots of like dinosaur fossils and stuff like that. We've gone up to 12. We still don't have a Mandy. I'm restarting my computer and it needs an update. Good luck. Fair enough. I once invented a new clothes area for the garden, and the next day I saw it for sale in the shops. My disappointment at not becoming a millionaire was palpable. I had a similar thing where I invented webcams. I did not invent webcams. But I came up with the idea of hooking a webcam up to the internet on a website so as you could view your dog at home, or I even had discussions about talking about it commercially at, you have these like, not necessarily boarding kennels, but you'd like take your dog in there when you had to go to work for the whole day and nobody was available to watch them. You take your dog into doggy daycare. They'd have like all your dogs there, or your cats, or whatever. But I had some discussions with some of those places and some kennels. So it's when you go on holiday, you can log in, you can see that your dog's looking happy. It's not sitting there shivering, doing all that kind of stuff. And the idea would be, well, I could write a little bit of websites. I could do a little bit of hooking up a webcam to it. We could put the two together and sell you a solution. And it was basically, we'll sell you a website, and your unique selling point to the website is you'll be able to tell your customers they can come and look at your things. And they were all like, oh yeah, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be great. I think at the time I was asking for like, I can't even remember, but if we were going to sell them a website package that was 200 quid, I was asking for 250 quid to do the camera bit on top, because that was the bit that everybody wanted. And they all ended up going, oh, no, we don't want it. And then that was fine. And like 2 years later, they were everywhere. Live webcams was like the biggest thing in the world. Oh, look at Times Square on a live webcam. Oh, everybody's looking at it. Hundreds of thousands of views. I'm like, my idea. I should have been... that was my first thought with IB cameras as well. Yeah. Best ideas, daycare, some mum and cat. Yeah. So that was my first idea, was like nurseries and things, daycare. But there was lots of privacy issues that stopped that happening, basically. As a kid, I thought of a blanket with sleeves. Then I thought, that's dumb. Oh, no, everybody's got them. Slankets. All right, okay. So we're now all reliving our biggest mistakes. Right, we're going to go for it. Oh, Zenny's in. Sorry, I get distracted very easily. Here we go. Question number 1. I wonder what the answer will be. The home of fish and chips, bagpipes and dragons. And the Titanic. I had big plans to sell webcams to all kinds of places, like public aquariums, town centres and stuff. I thought, do you remember that thing they had where they linked up New York and, was it Dublin or Glasgow or something like that, where they just basically flashed each other for days? I had that about 15 years ago. I had that idea. Glad I didn't implement it, because that went horribly, but you know what I mean. Adam says I invented smartphones. Hopefully you all got this one right. It was indeed the United Kingdom. Well done. So here's something. Why is the Isle of Man not part of the UK? I don't get that. Question 2. Has no official language, spends the dollar, and has the third largest country by population. And is the third largest country by population, rather. What country are we talking about? America. Beep, yeah. So you don't get quite as long, these ones. The first one was a bit of a tester. It was the good old US of A. They get harder. Question number 3. Contains all of Europe's active volcanoes, the world's largest wine producer, and some pasta as well. What country could this be? I get Zenny Fastfingers McGinger getting in there straight away. Oh, we have some contention. The 3rd of January 2025, English became the official language of the USA. You're assuming the answer is USA? It was, obviously. Or is that the 1st of March 25? With your backwards calendars. The answer to this one, however, was Italia. Well done, everyone. Question number 4. They've got a big wall, a clay-based army, and love a bit of ping pong. Who could that be? The Isle of Man is an independent dependency, similar to Puerto Rico, allows it to be a tax haven. Ooh, that might be useful for a later question. I probably shouldn't have said that. Sorry, the 1st of the 3rd, 25 for Europeans. It's not just Europeans though, is it? It's like literally everyone except Americans. Who likes a bit of ping pong? The Chinese, of course they do. Cheap electronics and a bit of ping pong. So everyone except Applegal's missed one. Everyone's got 20,000 points except Applegal, who is a hero member though, so gets a pass on that miss. Question number 5, halfway through. Apparently they have no snakes, some leprechauns, and a lot of Guinness. To be sure, to be sure, to be sure. Apologies. To the entire nation, apologies. To be sure. It was, of course, Ireland. Famously snake-free. Right, this is where they'll start to get a little bit more cryptic. That's racist. I know. As soon as I opened my mouth, I was like, "Oh, Graham, we're going to lose the crowd, Graham. Stop it." Right, here we go. Starting to get more cryptic. Okay, maybe the next one's where it starts to get more cryptic. It has pyramid tombs, sacred cats, and the world's longest river. So after this one, it gets a little bit more cryptic. And even if it's obvious, it might not be obvious where the country is. So you have to have a little bit of knowledge about where things are. It's Egypt. Where are you going on your holidays? I'm going to Egypt. So you should have 30,000 points at this stage if you've got everyone right. And everyone does. Applegal has our free pass. So everyone's still in contention with only 4 questions to go. The prize for tonight's eliminator is definitely stickers. Question number 7. Dracula might have floated past on the Danube on his way to the world's largest virgin forests. And that is the flag of the country. So again, not really cryptic, kind of more on the nose. I think we've got some cryptic questions. I don't know. So this one's more about you knowing where this country is on a map and being able to find it in under a minute. But it was Romania, right next to Moldova and Bulgaria. Dracula, of course, famously modelled on Vlad the Impaler from Romania. So those of you who got that one wrong, now you know. Bruce, Applegal and Zenny missing out on that one. But there you go. I've never been to Romania, but apparently it's very beautiful. Question number 8. The only place with wild lemurs, the baobab tree, or tree of life, it grows here, and most of the world's vanilla comes from here. Where is this? Mary, stop giving clues, especially wrong ones. Thought it was Tasmania. I couldn't find that. You know what? Today I found out Tasmania is not a country. I thought Tasmania was a country in of its own right, but it's not. It's just part of Australia. Madagascar. Madagascar. Depending where you are. Just off the side of Africa. Looks like everybody got that one. I didn't think everybody would get that one, to be fair. I didn't know lemurs were only found in Madagascar. Question 9. Has the world's oldest university, 4 capital cities, and has a ski resort as well as a desert. What has the world's oldest university, has 4 capital cities, and a ski resort as well as a desert? If I don't lose some of you in this one, the prize might go down from stickers to a hearty well done. But it was Morocco. Oh, nobody got that one. The prize tonight was like a Fluval FX6. Yeah, apparently Morocco is the only country that has both, because the Sahara and the Atlas Mountains, I think it is, that has the ski resort up here. So, what's that done to the final standings? Everyone should have 45. We've got a good few on 40, though. So, if any of you 40 people have got the hero membership, you're still in. I think Bass Eats Ass has. It's DVP. Can't remember if you have the hero or the normal one. Everyone else on 35. Zenny's out. Applegal's out. Skins Arno's out. Right. Final question. Good luck, everybody. This European tax haven has the most cars per capita and challenging for most cash and most capitals per person too. Where is this European tax haven that has the most cars per capita and challenging for most cash and most castles? So I said challenging because I had conflicting reports that it was the most castles and the most cash per capita. Another one saying it was in second place. Mona Lee gets it, and nobody else. Lee, you're the only one to get that one. It was, in fact, Luxembourg. Luxembourg. Is everyone going for Isle of Man? Because I talked about tax havens earlier. So I thought that was going to be between Monaco, Luxembourg, and what was the other one? There was three. Monaco, Luxembourg, and I'm immediately forgetting what the other one is that I thought of. Don't know. Total standings, you should have 50,000 points. Mona Lee has 45,000 points. Is Mona Lee one of my hero members? Let's just have a quick look at the old spreadsheet. Oh no. Mickey, Mandy, Angela, and Adam are the heroes. Lee is just a normal member, I think. Are you in there somewhere? I'm sure I saw Lee. Lisa, there you go. So nobody won. Luxembourg, for those who want to know, is there in between Germany, Belgium, France. Is it just the three of them? Yep, it is. What was the third one I'm thinking of? Read my mind, people. Monaco. Where do people go to not pay tax? Monaco, Luxembourg, and I don't know. Can we go back to the one where Italy is the correct answer, not Morocco? What was the Italy one? Where does pasta come from? Well, that was an easy one. Oh no, Morocco, where there's skiing, deserts. Nah, that was clearly not Italy. Jersey? No, but I didn't think of that, but I guess that is. Oldest university, desert, ski resort. So the reason for mentioning the oldest university was I thought that would throw you off the track and make you go for Greece. And Greece is quite dry, so maybe they think that it'd have a desert, and it also has mountains, so it could have a ski resort. Isle of Man. No, I didn't know Isle of Man was a tax haven. I might start a Twitter just so I can go, it was Tunisia, when I remember what it is. It wasn't Tunisia. Let's say that. But well done to Lee. You won fair and square, all on your own. You just didn't quite win. You beat everyone else, but you didn't win. we're already 20 minutes late. We've gone over. University of Bologna is the oldest. Or not according to the thing I looked at. The University of Al-Qarawiyyin in Fez, Morocco, is generally recognized as the oldest continually operating and degree awarding educational institution in the world. University of Bologna, established in 1088, and having never been out of operation, holds the title of the oldest university in the world. Have I done that thing where I've taken the AI answer over the actual answer? But that was established in 859. That was established in 1088. 859 is older than 1088. No? Oldest universities in continuous operation. This is what I should have gone to. Well, yeah, Wikipedia says it's Bologna, and they don't mention that one at all in Morocco. So is this because, well, what is this list? So this is a list of the oldest universities in continuous operation. So maybe that one's not in continuous operation. Anyway, what is it we always say? The answer is what I say it is. And there's no desert in Italy. And they aren't... What was the other one? Oldest university, desert, ski resort. Whatever, it's Morocco. A degree awarding institution, not a university. Maybe. Established in 859, the spiritual heart of Fez is arguably all Morocco. It's also considered the world's oldest university, though it began as a simple madrasa, a school for studying the Quran. So maybe it wasn't always a university, or definition of university, maybe. I mean, sometimes we take these questions too seriously. Sorry. I am actively trying to catch you out when I write these questions. You did well, though. You only got 2 wrong. I know the rules. Thank you. Oh, we have a link. Oldest higher learning institutions. Oh, is this the Guinness World Records? Well, this is infallible information here. Nobody can dispute this. It was Morocco, yeah. There you go. Thank you everyone for coming. It's been a wonderful pleasure to have you tonight. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I have. Especially this last minute. Yeah, it's one of those things. If you browse the internet long enough, you will find somebody that agrees with you. Right, I think I've taken up enough of your time this evening. Maybe we'll save some of the AI music for next week and knock it on ahead. As always, thank you for coming. I hope to see you through the week. We'll have some new videos coming out this week. I was hoping to start the Mega Tank 3 build this week, but I'm definitely not going to do that. Only because I still can't quite decide between building or buying. So if anybody's interested in helping, apparently I need 4 strong men and a van. So if you have a van and 3 friends and want to come and help me, it's 50 quid in it for you. But until then, we'll be back here same time next week for more fun, more geo-guessing. I'm just desperately looking for the right button to press so as I don't press the wrong thing. Because where is it? There we go. Got it now. Thank you. Bye. Not got it at all, have I? I'm such a liar. There it is. Bye.